Hello friends! And welcome to my FAFO reading vlog. I am very excited for this vlog. I feel like this is one of my favorite kind of themes in horror in general, and since we live in such a horror show, it has been kind of translated into real life. But yeah, I thought it would be a fun theme for a reading vlog, and I'm starting with Human Sacrifices by Maria Fernanda Ampurio. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm very excited to read this book. It is extreme horror, I believe, and it is about an undocumented woman who goes to write a man's, like a billionaire's, like life story or whatever, and I'm just excited, like, what is going to happen in this. I've been really intrigued by this from Bookstagram. I've seen like a lot of rave reviews about it and everything, so yes. And it has red on the cover, and I said in my TBR video I just filmed, I was like, it's so festive. I guess? Question mark. So I'm starting with that, and then as for crocheting, I am working on some squares. I'm pulling a granny square blanket situation, but I'm not doing a granny square stitch, as you can tell. You can see better in the blue. It is just a half double crochet square. I tried to make it as square as possible, and then I'm gonna connect them, and hopefully it looks like what I was going for, like a checkered pattern. Because the original freaking Burnett, this is Burnett Cozy or something, the pattern for that is a corner to corner, which I'm not a huge fan of corner to corner crochet. I've messed it up a lot, and it was almost like intarsia style, like you make a bunch of little balls of yarn and you drop and you pick up and you drop and you pick up, and I was like, I ain't got time for that. I do not have time to do that. So I am 5 away. I need 5 more blue ones before I can start connecting rows, I believe. So hopefully this whole thing is finished in this vlog. That is very optimistic of me. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm working a ton like usual, and I am sick. So fun times here. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. I have Human Sacrifices on audio, and yeah, I'm just excited to start it, honestly. Like, I was waiting for the December 1st. I was like, get here so I can start this book, please. And yeah, that is all for now. Okay, very scary Katrina here. I'm trying my best to get into the Creepmas mood. I'm rocking my headband of bats right now, and my "Tis the Season to Be Creepy" hoodie or sweatshirt. But it's rough. It's been rough. I love the cold weather. I don't think cold weather likes me. That's what I'm coming across. And then I have my Krampus mug I've been using today because I'm actually off today, a real day off. And yeah, I got in some reading. So yeah, I finished Human Sacrifice. I'm like, yeah, I did it. I'm doing it. I'm reading. I finished Human Sacrifices, and I had no idea this was a short story collection. It shows how much I actually knew about it. This, though it still fits FAFO, like a lot of stories. There is a Lorena Bobbitt story in this. It's hard. It's a rough one, but the ending, you're like, FAFO. But yeah, the writing is so good in this. I absolutely love the writing, and I like the way the story is set up. actually is really clever, how the short stories come out. And yeah, I liked that. But yeah, honestly, I had no idea this was a short story collection. Why? I don't know. I'm dumb. But yeah, I really liked it. It does lean extreme and like dark and look up content warnings, but it is really powerful, like feminist writing in this. And I think this author really captures like the true horror of being a woman sometimes, and in different situations, and being young, all ages of womanhood. And yeah, it was horrific. It was horrifying. There's a story in here though that was so cool that I really liked, and it was more supernatural. There are some supernatural stories in here, but yeah, you really didn't know what you were getting with each story. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. What? I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I don't know what it's been with me in like short story collections recently, but I've been digging them. I've been digging the short stories because I read another short story collection. So I went to read Schrader's Chord, and on Everand, and it's like, you can't pick another book because of your plan or whatever. Like, they changed their thing. So I was like, okay, well, what can I listen to? Because you better let me listen to something else. Everand, you better. And the Eliza Clark short story collection, She's Always Hungry, let me listen to that. So I listened to that. This is an insane collection. This is another feminist, woman horror centered collection. It's absolutely disgusting, the stuff in this. It starts off really disgusting, and I was like, I was not expecting it to be so gross. I love it. So I really liked it. There's a couple stories in here where I really zoned out and didn't care, but they're more comedic stories. And then there's like it just gets so crazy, like the stories in here. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. If you're looking for something really fast to listen to on Everand or something, and you like short stories and you want something feminist while being horrifying, definitely check that out. Is it FAFO? Yes and no. There's a couple stories in it that are, for sure. I feel like there will always be a fuck around and find out story when you're doing feminist writing, you know? You guys know that? But yeah, so my plan for the rest of the day, it's like 1 o'clock now. I have to do I have to change out my bedding to my Christmas bedding, my Creepmas bedding, and then I am hopefully gonna work on my squares more. This looks so sad right now, but I thought I'd share it. What am I even doing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna find out. Well, you're gonna find out with that. The yarn though that I picked is this Burnett Cozy. I think its name. It's so soft. It's really, really soft. So I went and got more today for me to make something hopefully later in the season. And I got a Christmas present for my sister too. So we're getting it done. We're getting Christmas Creepmas stuff done. And then I thought I would show you my really sad December spread. I'm not done with it yet, but I ran out of my tape, so I had to use glue, and it's messed up already. But I thought I'd share the only Creepmas sticker I think I have is this with the ghost and the Ouija board. And I think Kelsey gave this to me. But yeah, I had to put that there. I have no other real Creepmas stuff. For November, I think I shared it. I did Over the Garden Wall, and I think it turned out pretty well. With that, I used like a lot of cardstock. I think I am gonna do more cardstock and try to find my freaking tape. because of the pages get all gross when you use glue. But yeah, it's really sad. I feel so uninspired around Christmas usually, or the holidays, just because I am a Creepmas person. But last night I was watching the George C. Scott Christmas Carol, and I really like the atmosphere in that. It's like desperate and bare and like cold. It's like one candle and like a little bit of greenery and stuff. I'm like, maybe that will be my Creepmas decor. But I'm definitely not decorating until like closer to Christmas. I did do like my mantle, like dark academia, which I'll show you guys. And it's only dark academia because of the books that are there, the rare books. But anyways, that's it for this check-in. So here is my kind of Creepmas bed. Yeah, I have snowflake, red and white snowflake sheets too, but we did like a double comforter thing, and this green blanket is like really, really warm. It has like the fuzzy stuff on the inside. But yeah, it's just really simple. And then I put just red fairy lights up there with the bats. I definitely need to dust my bat mirror that I made like last year. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do, I think. Just keep it very, very simple. Beans is so hard to see right now in the window. There's like an outline of a cat right now. It's really funny. Okay, so it has been a week, you guys. I mean, it has been a week. So I'm dressed like this. I just did a picture, like a naughty or nice picture for Instagram. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this look on. I think it fits me. What do you guys think? But anyways, I'm drinking my Winter Wonderland Alani. Amazing. It's so good. And yeah, so this week, I'm like clapping. A very FAFO moment happened. There was a couple actually, but the one that was reported on the most, of course, was very exciting for me, just because, well, first of all, I have that insurance company through my work. So my work, it was everything everybody's talking about. Anyways, if you know a little thing called history, especially history around 1780, right? Was it the 1780s in France? A thing called class consciousness. I'm being optimistic here, but, and I know I live in a bubble, but I'm like, is that what's happening? Is this the beginning? Anyways, it's been a fun week. So I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted because I was a little distracted. But anyways, yeah, I thought I'd bring that up since it's fitting for the theme of the vlog. But I did finish Schrader's Chord by Scott Leeds, and I absolutely loved this. I did not think this is going to be so wholesome. This is the most wholesome book I've read in a really long time. And you're like, wait, isn't this a horror book? Yes, but it's actually like very sweet and sentimental, and it had such good family dynamics. I have goosebumps right now, and I'm not gonna cry, I know that, but, and I didn't almost cry. I was just like, oh my god, that was so fucking sweet. So basically, this guy has to go home because his father himself, and they're going through his stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, he has these records or whatever. Oh, like, look, like, we should play these records, where you're like, no, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. But you know, FAFO,
they fucked around and found out. These are cursed motherfuckers. And it was actually like Final Destination-esque, which was like super fun. I was like, I had no idea like what was gonna happen next. And yeah, it was a blast. I had such a fun time, and then the ending was so sweet and sentimental, and yeah, it was just a really good time. I think this is a really good book to start if you're a beginner into horror genre, because it just had all those vibes. It has winter vibes in it too, and yeah, there's some funny moments in it, and also mentions one of my favorite all-time bands, Wolf Parade. So of course I had to love it. I loved it. 5 stars. I loved it. And then I was so mad. Okay, this is so stupid. So I listened to Schrader's Chord on Spotify because it is included in my membership, but I only have so many hours in my Spotify membership for books apparently, because I've started William by Mason something. I forgot his last name. This is about a agoraphobic man who makes like an AI doll to get ready for his child, I believe, because I only made it like so far into this book before it cut me off. It said, you gotta wait 20 days to finish this book. Excuse me? Like, Everend and Spotify. Who's your CEO? No, I'm just kidding. But for real, like, I gotta wait 20, that's a month. That is almost a month, ma'am. So anyways, I didn't finish this one, but I thought this would be really fitting for this theme because I love Megan, and also like you're kind of messing with something you don't know the full effect of yet, like AI in real life, right? Like, have you guys heard the Overlord AI song? It's fantastic, no notes, but it made me think of that song too. I was like, ooh, AI or whatever. But yeah, so I didn't finish it because of that. But I did finish The Last Night to Kill Zombies by David Arganoff. This was on my list to read for December because it just looks so Christmassy. And also for an FAFO book. This one flips the script. Honestly, I thought the monster was going to be the enemy. The monster is the hero, which I love. I love that. It's very like Frankenstein-esque. I was just like, yeah, I was digging it. I do wish this took more of a splatterpunk route because it felt very toned down. It felt like PG-13 in here. There is like maybe one scene with some blood. There's blood on the cover. I was like waiting for this to be like fucking we're ripping Nazis apart, basically. Not necessarily. I mean, it is a hunt for 150 of them when the war ends, which I get, you're on a time crunch, you know, but you spend a lot of time following them too, which I feel like you didn't really need, because they were really boring. Like the best characters, of course, were the heroes, and then you get the lore and the backstory of the monster, which is a vampire, and his lore was so cool. It took more of like a folklore take on it more than a sci-fi take, which I feel like in World War II stories, it leans more sci-fi when you get into horror. But this one went more folklore, which I really liked. And I kind of could tell it was very historical too, because it has an Alma Katsu quote on here, where she wrote a werewolf World War II story. That is really good. It is, I think the audio is on Kindle Unlimited. I read it last year, I think, during winter, if you're looking for something like that. But this is very historical as well, so it kind of got bogged down in that, I feel like. I just needed more gore. I needed less from the enemy. I just needed like more blood, if that makes sense. But it's overall, it is very entertaining. It's a very quick read. The chapters end on little like cliffhangers every time, and the chapters are really short. But yeah, 3 stars, which is kind of sad, but I did enjoy it. Okay, so this is where I'm at with this blanket. Not a lot of crocheting happened this week because I was in TikTok Tiki Talk land. And look at that. There it is, kind of put together, not all the way put together yet. I'm gonna do probably double this because I'm just gonna do a throw because I don't have time to do like a king size blanket before Christmas, unfortunately. But I love the colors together and it's so soft. I love this yarn. I'm like obsessed with it. I got some for me to hopefully be able to make a little vest or something in it because it's just so soft. I could wear it forever. And yeah, that's where I'm at with this crochet project and my reading. And I did do some decorating. I'm hopefully gonna do more decorating. Like I said, I really want that bare coldness as I put out my multicolored lights. Okay, we have to have some whimsy here, but other than that, I really do want to do like the very cold and dark candlelight stuff. And then I did decorate my mantle a little bit with like dark academia vibes for Christmas. But yeah, let me know what you guys have been reading for December, for Christmas, or watching. I have been watching a lot of Christmas movies too. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and also leave your recommendations for some fuck around and find out books. I always want to know, and apparently I'm really into that genre right now. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!